I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open and in front of you, and please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. Okay, for question number 1, what's our answer? Well, we can see that we've got an introductory clause which tells us how many words this Kanzi understands, and then after that you've got which refers to this amount of words that Kanzi can understand, and then it says a very impressive number. Well, one thing that's missing here is a verb. And in this particular case, we need the correct form of the verb be. In this case, is, which is a very impressive number. For question number 2, what we need is the preposition that follows apart. What's the preposition that we need? Of course, it's from. Apart from ... For question number 3, we've got to take into account the whole sentence which is presented here, because if we do that, we can see that a form of contrast is being presented. Now, the form of the sentence is actually a subordinate clause followed by a main clause. So the main clause is, others are convinced that the key could be genetic. The contrast, or the contrasting idea, is presented in the subordinate clause. Some believe that it is due to physical factors like tongue control, which in some way counteracts or goes against the main clause. But we need a contrasting word. In other words, we need the correct subordinate conjunction which suggests contrast. So we've got a choice here. Given this particular language structure, sentence pattern, we've got a choice. We can either say while, we can say whilst, or we can say although. All three of them present a contrasting idea. For question number 4, these are one of these expressions that you've got to tune your eyes to identify, because it comes up from time to time, particularly in the open close, but also in the part 1 of the use of English paper as well, and that's order to. Now, whenever you see order to, or in some cases order for, then the first bit of the phrase is missing, and that's in. In order to, in order for, and that's exactly what the answer is here, in. For question number 5, what do we need here? What we need here is a form of determiner. In other words, a word which determines a particular group. What this is really saying is that animals are different to humans. Animals that can do this are dissimilar to humans. But the key thing here is both. Because it's not just humans that they are dissimilar to, but they are dissimilar to other animals as well. Now, animals is reflected in the idea of other. So what do we need? Which determiner do we need that refers to other animals as well? Well, of course, the answer is each. So this should be dissimilar both to humans and to each other. In other words, and to other animals as well. For question number 6, what we're basically getting at here with this gap plus as is it's the same as for example. So what expression means the same as for example in which the second word is as? Well, of course the answer is such. Such as. Question number 7, easy peasy. After result, we need the correct preposition. What's the preposition that we need? Of, as a result of the research. And for question number 8, once again, another preposition which is required. To gain an insight, the preposition is going to be into. To gain an insight into something. To have an insight into something.